108 megapixels. Have we gotten to the point where there's just too many megapixels for one man to handle? Probably not. This is the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro. It features a 144 Hz display that peaks at 650 nits and can handle 500 nits sustained. That's what it's rated for. It's got a Snapdragon 865 processor, a 5,000 watt battery with up to 33 watt fast charging, and it comes with a really cheap, crappy case. Look at that. Hey, it's a good thing this is a really popular phone brand with lots of access to third-party accessories. Got 'em. What else we got in here? They include a fast charger, a Type-C to headphone jack adapter, as well as a Type-C cable, and of course, the phone itself. Now, the things that I'm most interested in here today are, of course, the 108 megapixel camera, as well as, and this is one of the big ones that Xiaomi is touting for this model, the stabilized, yes, my friends, optically stabilized 8K video recording on this puppy. The Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back doesn't do anything for the fingerprint resistance, unfortunately, but at least it's quick to clean off. It has gotten to the point now where like every phone brand manages to do just a really great job of the fit and finish of their devices. Look at this thing, that is a really cool color. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's like a dark, kind of like a black mirror, you know, like it could just consume your whole life, you know? We've got 3 cameras, so a 108 megapixel main shooter right here, then a 13 megapixel ultra wide, as well as a just 5 megapixel macro camera. The front shooter is, I think, 20 megapixels, so that's a hole punch camera, and that's really interesting. So there's kind of an outer ring around it, but I think the hole punch itself, yeah, is really small. That's very interesting. Insert your SIM card. How about not? Huh? Classic or limitless? Help me choose, Brandon.
Classic.
Classic? Oh, screwing up everything. I've screwed up everything. Setup complete, you're ready to rock. Wow, that was a very painless setup process. Good job, Xiaomi. Now, one of their shticks on the display here is that it features adaptive sync. So you can run it at 30 FPS, 48, 60, 90, 120, and 144 Hertz. And based on the content that you're consuming, it should know which one is gonna be most optimal, both from a power draw perspective, as well as from a content enjoyment perspective. One thing that weirds me out about that though, is like, Brandon, did you notice anything missing there? 24 FPS. Why is there no 24 Hertz support? So I just want to see if maybe my documentation for the phone has got that wrong, and maybe there's something that I can do here to know. Okay, not at all. You can, wow, this is actually a really helpful little demo though. Like you can really see that difference. That is what 60 Hertz looks like. 90 looks a lot better, and 144 Hertz is like, you know, yeah, you really wanna take advantage of that Snapdragon 865 processor or whatever, and the handful of games that you're gonna be able to run at 144 FPS. You go for that. If it was me, I'd probably run 90 Hertz the vast majority of the time. It really makes a difference, but without quite the hit to your power consumption. Whatever, let's leave it on 144 Hertz for the sake of, oh, I guess we better get on the Wi-Fi. Tap to share password feature, real nice. It is amazing how far the third-party Android skins have come, to the point where even the Chinese ones, I don't immediately look at them and go, oh, I'd rather have stock Android, because they actually have meaningful features that you might not find on the stock Android experience. On the right, we've got our lock button, and that doubles as a fingerprint sensor. Does it have a double click for camera? No. Well, locks and unlocks really fast, so I guess that's cool, but, oh. You can double tap the volume down though. That'll get your camera open. I'll accept that. I'm very fond of that gesture. On the top, we've got, is that an IR blaster? Actually, it kind of looks like one, but I don't see one in my, oh, it does! Oh, you wanna use that, you know, that universal remote app or whatever that maybe some developer somewhere is actually still working on, in spite of the fact that IR blasters are basically dead? This is your phone. Over on the left side, we got a whole lot of nothing. And then on the bottom, we got your SIM tray, Type-C. Let's see if there's a micro SD tray in there. Get wrecked, Linus, but it does have dual SIM. How close in touch can I get if I have a 108 megapixel camera? I just want to take a quick picky picture here. Okay, all right, it's zoom-a-loom time. Da-da-da. That ain't bad. Fair bit of noise out here. Of course, when you have a high megapixel sensor, a lot of the time those pixels are very, very small. So there's a very good chance that we're not actually taking proper advantage of it unless we are somewhere with a ton of light. So one moment, please. I'm gonna head outside. So I got a revelation for you, Brandon. 108, it's a lot of pixels. So under ideal lighting conditions, like dang, look at that. Can get all the way in there. Now, normally you won't have ideal lighting conditions, so it becomes more of just like a, race to who can have the most pixel megas, but let's have a look at this 8K video here. That's not bad. How interesting. The other highlights of the phone in no particular order are its support for 5G, although only in non-standalone mode, which for now shouldn't be a major concern because I don't think too many mobile carriers are moving straight to standalone only 5G. Also, of course, the configurations that it comes in, so 128 or 256 gigs of storage, and of course, their X-axis linear vibration motor, which I actually don't know exactly what they mean by that in terms of the tech they're using, but what I will say is that their haptic feedback feels a lot better than I would have expected from a brand like Xiaomi even just a couple short years ago. It's not in line with, obviously something like Taptic just yet, but it's also not far off. Like there's too much vibration kind of throughout the phone. It doesn't feel quite like it's just the screen, but boy, is it ever a lot better than it used to be. I wanna say that the display did look really good outside, no readability issues, and the last thing I wanna try is apparently it's got dual speakers, but how do they sound? Initial impressions, not great. Let's try a couple-year-old flagship and see if maybe I'm just imagining that doesn't sound very good.
It sounded a lot better.
Yeah, it sounded a lot better. Yeah, that's a muddled mess. Got some work to do there. In fairness, of course, Xiaomi has a much, much skinnier speaker port here, but like, I don't know, on a certain level, I don't care. Like you make these decisions, you make these trade-offs, so you have to live with the consequences. It doesn't sound very good. I'm sorry, that's kind of the cold hard truth of it. If you're not the kind of person who uses your phone as a boombox, like okay, sure, like whatever, that's fine. It's just, it is something that you should be aware of. This shot's pretty good. It's definitely working. So it's HDR10 certified. Why is it in 480p HDR? Stop. On that subject, can I take a moment to appreciate that this is a 1080p display or 1080p plus and that no one cares? I am so glad that the display density race is over because you're not gonna be able to tell the difference unless you have absolutely eagle eyes past 1440p, and even 1080 at this size looks really good. And all it does is add more power consumption so you can push enough light through the panel, or I guess in the case of an OLED, that's not really the case. So potentially more power consumption, and push your processor harder, so more power consumption in that way. It's just no benefit. So the Mi 10T Pro 5G then. Solid mix of high refresh rate display, high performance processor, really sharp camera under the right lighting conditions, and of course, a juicy battery. But for better or for worse, you're stuck with Xiaomi's skin, and it is a little bit on the chonk side, especially when you factor in that gigantic camera bump. So that's it. Subscribe for more Short Circuit, just like this one. It's short and circuitous. You can't be both short and circuitous, can you? Like, goes around, around. Yeah. No, that's sort of, yeah, maybe we even thought of that.